Hello, everybody. We are starting slowly the breakfast, cluster breakfasts. The first time for today, for in this project, in our activity, this will be kind of joint breakfast organized together with the friends from Ukraine. So that's why I wanted to show to let everybody to see each other instead of seeing the first presentation. So welcome again. My name is Kazimierz Murzyn. I'm Managing Director of Klaster LifeScience Kraków. I will present you in the moment at the other clusters. So we organized this. We invited to this breakfast today friends, partners from the project which is called Clusters4health, financed from the European program project, which is aimed to accelerate European Ukrainian clusters partnership in health. So we have today in the meetings, the cluster LifeScience clusters breakfasts are being organized every week on Thursday morning at 9, and we are discussing different subjects presented by cluster members. And for today, we invited you to participate in this common meeting, because that's the purpose of part of our activity, to involve friends from Ukraine in activities we are doing all around Europe. Now you see on the screen the partners in this project. Besides the cluster from Ukraine, we have a cluster from Norway, from Romania, from Spain, and from Italy, including and also us. So the whole project is about helping Ukraine to be embedded in the European structures of collaboration. In our case, this relates to collaboration of healthcare clusters. Next slide, please. I hope that I didn't check this, but some friends from these other clusters are being present and during this meeting. I will not go through the objectives of the project, because that's not the issue. At this moment, what is important to say that we want to extend collaboration, and we want to extend this collaboration to the east. We hope that the war will come to the end soon, and that in that moment we will be really able and will be benefiting from opportunities and collaboration with Ukrainian friends. So we want to facilitate the networking and partnership, and we want to explore those opportunities for collaboration which already exist or which may pop up in the future. We will be doing a lot of different things which aim to help Ukrainian partners to be connected with us as we are on normal basis with clusters across the Europe. Next slide. As you notice, of course, this is being done in the scope of the project, but that's okay. We are planning to have this meeting occasionally, because it's not only once this event. We want this type of activity to be kind of permanent part of our activities in our setting. And most importantly, we want to be Ukrainian partners active in those meetings. That's why today we will be more giving the voice, giving I would like to say the floor, but in this case it will be screen to Ukrainian partners. This is the open format. So as usually during our breakfast, we encourage you, every one of you participating in this breakfast, to be open, to be informal, and to ask questions, to make propositions, to be curious about what's possible and in which way we can collaborate. We'll be finishing anyway at 10, because that's the format of the breakfasts, and we want to keep this event as usual. Next slide. So the subject of today's discussion is actually what the Ukrainian organizations expect from the euro. And in the scope of the project, there was some kind of activities related to explore what are the answers for these questions. So there was a survey. Then there's there are respondents. There are some notes and some thoughts already to be shared. And I think I should now give the voice to our Ukrainian partners to present those findings from discussions and activities which have been done in Ukraine. Is that okay?
Yes,
Who will be
but
presenting?
first it's a Daniel Koshnita turn. So Daniel, the floor is yours.
Okay. So Daniel is from Romania, from Imago Mall cluster. Hello, Imago Mall.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Daniel was directly responsible for facilitating this survey in Ukraine. Yes, Daniel. The screen is yours.
Thank you.
Yes, we can.
Very much for this opportunity to present the survey results. We have done this already in a workshop dedicated to our Ukrainian respondents and others that have participated. So we have been very impressed by the interest that this survey has raised because we have over 100 respondents. So this is really a big success, and that shows the interest of the Ukrainian partners also for the and proves also the validity of our approach and of our project. So the survey is only one step in this journey of supporting or strengthening the Ukrainian health value chain, of course, based on clusters. We will not be able to solve all the problems of the Ukrainian health ecosystems, but we would like to strengthen the Ukrainian health cluster in their endeavors and in their support of the healthcare system. So as I told you, we had over 100 respondents, and if you see here, or around 100, if you see here the type of respondents, I think this is also very equilibrated, very balanced. You see, we have 43% from the commercial sector, so from the companies. Then 43% are for the healthcare system, so the hospitals and the medical providers. Then come the commercial, 21%, and also a very high level of involvement from the civil society. What do you mean by civil society? There are these kind of NGOs present, active in the healthcare system, like patient organizations and other NGOs which are supporting the healthcare system. We then asked different questions according to the type of respondents. For example, you see we asked, of course, the main questions were about the needs. What are the needs, so that we can see how we can translate it also in the future activities of our project, and also pass it also over to the policy makers in Ukraine, but also to the EU level. You see that of course the civil society, so these NGOs which are active in the sector, so need financing. This is on the first place. This is not a surprise, but also international cooperation, and also updated regulation framework. Yes, so let's say the first two of them. Okay, the second one, international cooperation, this we is in our power, so to say, in the project. Updating the regulations in Ukraine is much more difficult, but this is also something for the Ukrainian clusters. Concerning the training needs, what would they like us to provide or to support them with? So the cluster development training, patient right, doctor rights, training of doctors in the use of latest data accounting, competencies. Yes, of course. The third one is related to the war effort. Yes, that citizens should be, more citizens should be trained in first aid assistance, and also because one of the main issues were funding, how to get the funding. So how to attract funds. Concerning the industry, this came as a, here this graph, what you see, came as a very good surprise. So we have positioned the respondents, so the companies that responded on the value chain, and you see that we don't have gaps, which is a very good prerequisite for the development of the sectors. For example, we have done this similar exercise in Romania. We are not so balanced, so to say, with the companies all along the value chain. And I think this is a positive aspect on which it can be built upon. When asked about product, because they sell product, they produce, it's a commercial sector. When asked about when was the produce the last time when they renewed their products, so 41% said in 2024, so last year, and 18% this year. That speaks also for the, yes, this is also a positive aspect. And yes, we will follow with some in-depth interviews which will be conducted by the Ukrainian partners in Ukraine, and we would like to find out more also about this, the product renewal rate, the types of the products, and so on, to get a little bit more a more clearer image on this also on these positive aspects. 22 after the 22 respondents, 5 are present on foreign markets, and here you see, yes, you see that Poland, of course, as the closest partner, so to say, to Ukraine, is also one of the countries where the Ukrainian companies in the health sector have commercial relations with.
Maybe this is good point, a good place to ask if there is someone on the in the audience who have already working connections with Ukrainian partners, with Ukrainian organizations. Raise a hand or give us the voice. Don't see. Okay, maybe there is not.
Yeah, we will come back to you on this question, because I think it's a little bit early, but we will come back to you because we would like to have a discussion and to hear more from you. So yes, then what do they need to enter new markets? Yes, this is a networking. Yes, this is something we would like also to do in our project. This event that we have today, and organized by the Kraków cluster, is one of this initiative to support your networking with the networking of Ukrainian partners with partners in Europe, and also the platform that they are provided, where you are invited to profile yourselves. So there are several instruments. Some of them are also available for you in this project, and please use this. Because networking is really important in order to get visible on the international level. Yeah, investments. Here is what is also a very interesting answer was partners for technology development. This is also something we would like maybe to explore more in the project. Yes, and obvious knowledge about European standards, because if you want to export to Europe, you have to comply with the rules. Now, coming to the healthcare sector, the needs are Yeah, you see the biggest needs are in the technical upgrade of the equipment. Then we have technology transfer. Yeah, so very the second one, energy efficiency solutions in building. So this a little bit was yeah, okay, technology, yeah, we would have expected a technical upgrade, yes, but the technology transfer and the energy efficiency solutions in buildings come as a, yes, as a surprise, yes, as an answers. And yes, also here we would like to find a little bit more what kind of technology transfer, what's really meant, to have some concrete examples, and we encourage you also to discuss also in this session. The training needs, yes. So you see here is that professional training of healthcare professionals. This is the highest training need. This is also does not come as a surprise, because this is related to the war effort. But the second one, the healthcare economics. So yeah, this is also a surprise. We have not expected it. So that means that the way to really run a hospital, a medical facility from a managerial point of view. This is again, here we would like to find out more also in the in-depth interviews, and to discuss more with the Ukrainian partners. The RDI, the needs of the RDI organizations that participated to our survey, funding and international project cooperation. Yes, one of this international project cooperation, there are, of course, at European level available programs where Ukraine is eligible. One of the most important of them is the Horizon Europe, the framework program. I think here we must do more in the sense of preparing valid project proposals and building up consortia, so that we are ready to submit projects in Horizon Europe. The public administration that participated, there were not so many. So yeah, this is you see, they would like, there were not so many respondents in this, but still you see here the exchange of experience with European counterparts, participation in international projects, legislative changes, and funding. Yeah, the networks, the business network, like the clusters, very interesting response here. You see here the first one is funding, but we have this support in strategy development the cluster, and then participation in European projects. These are the first responses. When asked how the organizations that answer finance their activities, 75% indicated own resources, which on one hand shows a difficult situation, but on the other hand is a prerequisite for a sustainable business model. If you are able to self-finance yourself, yes, then you are resilient. This is a balance that must be considered. The internationalization, how they got, you remember we talked about, one question was about on the commercial sector was where are the foreign markets where they are present. Then everybody was asked how they go international, and the international fairs in the discussions or in the discussions that we had last time in our last seminar. Biggest fair like the Medica in Düsseldorf in Germany was mentioned. So participation in international fairs. This is one of the main drivers of the internationalization activities. Yes, so these are some, let's say these are the first findings. There is let's say what we have presented here is a more a quantitative results, but still we can draw some first conclusions, and we will go on with these in-depth interviews, and then we will be able to have a more clear picture, and we will draft some actions which we can implement during our project, and also, of course, some perspective beyond the lifetime of the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now, what we have in program now, it's time for...
From a Ukrainian perspective.
For partners from Ukraine to speak.
Tatiana, please.
Доброго дня, колеги. Good morning, all foreign partners and visitors of our clusters, of our breakfast. Я буду говорити українською, щоб було більше зрозуміло нашим колегам,
colleagues and
кластерів або
cluster
ще тим, хто не є членами кластерів,
or future cluster participants will be able to understand better about the possibilities
відкриті цим
that
проектом
would be open with the help of this Cluster4health. I'm the head of Rivne Inter-Regional Medical Cluster, Ukrainian Cluster Alliance. And this project, as a matter of fact, came as a need of medical clusters and participants of those clusters, which were trying to unite for the past several years and implementing certain activities in order to bring close certain practices from the European Union to our Ukrainian hospitals and enterprises, universities, make sure that inside Ukraine we would have more cooperation and at the same time more cooperation with international partners. So my law today would be devoted to the needs and possibilities that participants of our clusters can provide, because I'm going to speak for several types of participants that were announced in the questioning. Next slide, please.
Next slide.
Firstly, these are the hospitals and medical centers. If we analyze all of our medical clusters in Ukraine, 40% are our participants. They are represented by private medical centers and polyclinics, daycare services, providing services like family doctors up to the very specific ones like cardio transplantation and so on. So we can divide them in the needs. So there are needs that are set by the administrators of those centers, and other needs are being told by the doctors, medics, and nurses, what they expect from the cooperation with the European Union. So as the question has showed, administrations of the medical institutions are mostly interested in a management experience sharing, energy efficiency solutions, which is very important for our institutions, because we do understand that in the future, when implementing these energy efficiency solutions, they would decrease the fees we're going to pay for the functioning of these institutions, especially when in war, it will help us to manage better the institutions. Private medical institutions are covering themselves the price of all the fees and utilities, which is directly influencing the price for the services, which is influencing the access of the people to those services, as well as personnel engagement management, how to engage them to take decisions, KPI systems, how they can be implemented, how salaries can be changed based on those KPIs, which would be able to stimulate people to develop themselves and the health care in general. If you have that experience, would be glad to hear that how you're resolving those situations. Of course, that is updating material and technical base. The world is developing so fast, and of course, some of our institutions are also suffering from bombardment and destruction. So the building themselves and the technical means. So we're very open to cooperate with this regards as well. And of course, digitalization of process in the hospitals in order to improve the work of the hospital themselves and or certain organizational possibilities. So these are the main focus points for our administrators. Next step is with doctors and nurses side. They would like to see partnership as experience sharing, trainings, joint projects and searches, internships, something that can improve the level of services they're providing. Next slide, please. Besides the needs, we can also talk about prepositions, what we as Ukrainian medical institutions, what we can suggest and offer to European partners, analyze who might not have the experience. Unfortunately, because of the war, we have that experience. This is the crisis management, preparation of general medical space shared by civilians and the medics in order to organize the treatment of massive injuries. We have developed it for the past several years in Ukraine, that is helping our people to receive timely and qualitatively the medical care. If we're talking about medics, this is their experience in treatment of these injuries, especially in the areas of the active war, rehab, prosthesis, psychological health. We're collecting that experience and we're developing it and we're sharing it inside Ukraine, and we're glad to share it with Europe as well, because that is very important as knowledge that will help to save many people in the future. This is also the place for the fast testing and implementation of innovations. We would like everybody to see Ukraine as such a field that, because we have this opportunity today to implement those innovations very fast, we can change fast. We can change fast our protocols and our medical care, so we are ready to cooperate with your European colleagues. Next slide, please. The other aspect I would like to emphasize is startups. And we would really like to have our European partners reviewing Ukraine as from two sides, I can say. Firstly, These are digital solutions in diagnostics and treatment and rehab that are already present in Ukraine that we would like to extrapolate for European market as well. For example, we have cardio AI, healthy mind, VR diagnostics of derbies, something that's already working and tested. And at the same time, we would like to give opportunity to European startups present in Ukraine, in Europe, who would like to come to Ukrainian medical market, where we have about 40 million people. So we would like to be this open window for them, so the partners might enter. So digital solutions. And as far as the participants of our consortium, Rivne TechMed, this is the organization that has more than 10 years of experience in tactical medicine. Our main target we see as the enhancement of appearance of products present in Ukrainian market regards to tactical medicine, in extraordinary situations, all the products that were already tested or that appeared and recently and are being tested in the war time. So we would like to share them, extrapolate to European market. We would like to have the support for them. And secondly, these are quality products maybe that do not yet exist in Europe that might be able to help to provide that first aid. The second aspect, of course, there would be the training centers that we're having in Kyiv, Dnipro, and Rivne, and another oblasts of Ukraine that are providing the personnel training, started from the medical personnel of different levels as well as non-medical personnel. That's to say, we're having experience already present there, and we would like to share it with European partners. I would like to stop here, as I can speak a lot about the other aspects of our stakeholders and participants. I will give floor to Natalia now, but if you would like to get in touch with me, here you can see my contacts. If you're, for example, your European organization, a company that would like to have this to come to that Ukrainian market, please get in touch with me or through the partners Cluster4health, so we could support each other and we would have this win-win cooperation. Thank you so much for the organizers and everybody for this possibility to express my word. So giving the floor to Natalia, who's going to speak about other aspects of cooperation from our expectations from our side. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Joanna. I prepare demonstration my presentation. Пані Наталія, без помилок, дуже прошу вас, добре? Так, я хочу,
I would like to.
Я буду на українській мові.
I'm going to speak Ukrainian language, and
дякую
I
всім,
would like
що
to thank
доєдналися.
everybody that you have joined this
Того, що я
meeting.
хочу продовжити Тетяну, мою
I would
колегу,
like to, of
я
course, follow
хочу
the thoughts of
одразу
my colleague
сказати
Tatiana and say,
Денію, коли він говорив про
Daniel, about
стратегію,
when you were
це
talking
наш
about the
дуже активний
strategy.
учасник, одразу на
Daniel,
вже
this is
сніданок
very
можемо говорити,
active participant
я знаю,
for
хто
us.
конкретно
I
писав про
know
стратегію.
who was writing about
Тому
strategy,
що зараз
because
період в лікарнях,
today
в великих лікарнях,
big hospitals, they have certain periods of time when the
і вони,
strategy
побачивши
is being
наш проект,
redone, and
побачивши
after
можливості,
seeing our project and possibilities, they are ready,
якраз сподіваються,
and
що
they
ми
hope
зможемо
that
допомогти
we would be
їм
able to help
внести
them
в цю стратегію нове все.
bring something
Тому
new
от
into their
стратегії, да,
strategy.
дійсно, і це лікарня нас
So this
запитали,
where
і
the
вони навіть
hospitals
вже
asking us the
звертаються
questions,
з
and
цим
they were
питанням
addressing
до нас дзвонять.
directly to us, and
Це
Poland.
Даніелу
So
відповідь
this is
одразу.
the reply to you, Daniel.
Я буду
I'm
звертати
going
увагу
to
на такі,
emphasize
три, або, скажімо,
certain
три
things,
фокуси.
three focuses I can
Ми
say.
будемо сьогодні говорити про
Firstly, about the
виробництво, про
production,
науку,
about
тому
science
що
as
в
well,
нашому
because
кластері
our
дійсно
cluster
багато
has lots of
наукових
scientific
установ.
institutions.
І я хочу звернути
And I
увагу
would
на
like to draw your
реабілітацію
attention to
ветеранів,
rehab
тому
of
що саме
veterans, because
виробництво
production
протезів
of
– це
prosthesis,
основний
this is the
фокус у
main
наших
focus
сьогодні
of
ветеранів.
our veterans.
Про те, що у нас зараз відбувається,
Right.
в першу чергу,
Firstly, we are having,
це, ми знаємо,
well, we
там,
know
що
that
втрата промислового потенціалу,
we have losses of
з тих
industrial
учасників, які
potential
заповнили наші
from the participants who
опитувальники.
have filled in our
Даніел показував,
questionnaires.
що
Daniel has
багато
shown
хто
many of
має,
whom
утримав свої
have
ланцюжки,
received
але
their chain,
саме в
have
нашому кластері, як
was able
приклад,
to
можу
keep their
сказати,
chains.
що
But in
наші
our
партнери
cluster, I can say
просто
that our
вийшли на
partners
початку війни,
at the beginning of the war, they
і у
have just
нас
exited.
просто зупинилося
And
виробництво, і ми
production has just
знаходимо якісь
stopped, and we
інші
are obliged to
варіанти,
find
де
alternative
можна
options,
ці протези
how we can
далі відновлювати наші ланцюжки.
renew
Але
our
виробництво,
chains.
саме те, яке у нас
But
було,
production,
воно зупинилося.
as we had it before,
Втрати
we
промислового
lost it.
потенціалу,
Loss of
недостатність
potential, industrial capacity,
механізмів для
insufficient
комерціалізації
mechanism for
науки.
commercialization of science.
Тому що наука є, патенти
Because science
навіть
is
є,
there,
а
patents are there,
комерціалізації
but
взагалі просто не
commercialization
знають. І коли ми
is
спілкуємося з
absent at
нашими
all. So when
науковцями,
we're talking with our
вони
scientists,
трошечки
they're a
хвилюються
little
про те,
bit
що в них
worried
не
that they're
вистачає
not having
саме таких
enough of
простих навичок
simple
і вміння
simple
донести
skills
інформацію, що
how to
це дуже
communicate
дійсно
information,
потрібна розробка,
because
і, будь
certain
ласка,
developments are
готові її
needed,
віддавати для
and
того, щоб
we
далі
would
вона
like
мала
to
життя.
give it a
І
life.
третя
So we search for
проблема –
partners
це
for that. And the
системна
third
реабілітація ветеранів,
problem,
тому
this is
що
the veteran
вона як
rehabilitation
соціальна, так
structure,
і
both
медична,
social and
тобто
medical. We do
природнімість,
understand that
протезування і
prosthesis and
фізичне
physical
здоров'я
health,
– це одне,
this
а
is
ще
one side, but
психологічне.
psychological
І
rehab is
ми
another
бачимо,
thing.
як наші
And
психіатри
we can see that
працюють
our
дуже
psychiatrists are working with
багато,
this
і створюють
in
всього
the sides.
нового.
They're
Це те,
developing lots of new
що
things.
ми бачимо
This is
як
what we see as
коннект,
a
метчинг
matching
саме з
connect with the
європейськими партнерами.
European partners.
Для цього навіть у нас є бази,
We
які
have
можна вже
also
використовувати. Ми сподіваємося,
databases
що в
that
тих
we can
стартапах,
use in the
я бачу, що у
future.
нас тут багато українців, я переглянула всіх, хто у нас
I've
тут
seen we have
приймає
many
участь, тому
Ukrainians
якщо
in
ви
today's
ще
call.
не
If you have
звернулись до
not
нас,
yet
ви бачите,
applied
що
to
у
us
вас
and you see
є
that
стартап,
you have
який ви
certain
хочете
startups that you would
теж
like to,
далі підтримку
that you need
в
support for
проєкті,
it,
хочете долучитись до
and
якогось із
you would
наших
like
кластерів зі своїм
to,
стартапом, будь ласка, звертайтесь.
please apply to me.
Стукайтесь, ми зараз проводимо зустрічі
Today
саме зі
we're holding
стартапами.
meetings with
І
startups,
формуємо
and
такі
we're
картки,
forming
все,
the
все, що
cards.
можливе, все, що у вас є, і
We're
що ми
like,
можемо дати, ми спілкуємося з цього
so we
приводу.
would see what you
Можна
have and
наступний
what we
слайд,
need extra. Next slide,
колеги?
please.
А, Що стосується, давайте так, по
So about
виробництву.
the production
Виробництва.
and
У нас
industry.
вже функціонують
Today we
мобільні
have
виробничі одиниці, тобто
mobile
хтось щось розробляє,
industry.
але такої системи,
Something
як
is
би нам
being
хотілося,
developed,
от
but
повного ланцюжка,
unfortunately the
це
full
ще
chain does not
треба буде
exist
працювати
yet.
довго над цим, тому що, по-перше, це руйнування цих
Firstly,
ланцюжків.
these
У нас
chains are being
великий кількість
destructed.
схід мав такі
There were
виробничі
many
потужності на сьогодні.
industrial capacities on the east.
Релокація
So
підприємств,
the
а деякі
relocation of
повністю
the
зруйновані.
industries
І саме
was
в цю
necessary.
систему
Certain
зараз
industries
велика
and
кількість
were
ветеранів
destroyed at all.
входить, і я окремо за це
There are
буду
many
говорити.
veterans today
В
that need
кластері
this full
працюють
chain.
малі підприємства, які
Small
виробляють
enterprises are working
компоненти
in
для
this cluster
протезування,
that are
реабілітаційні
developing and
пристрої,
producing
кріплення,
prosthetics,
маленькі навіть
rehabilitation
частини.
devices,
Але це
adaptive
маленькі
mounts,
підприємства,
and
які на
orthoses,
сьогодні
but
ми
these are very
бачили, коли
small
збирали
enterprises.
і нові кластери, в принципі, шукали
And
підприємства, яким потрібна підтримка в
so
кластері,
we are
або
looking for
потрібна
the enterprises who
підтримка
need support in the
в
cluster, or
стартапі.
there's need to put in the startup. So the pilot contracts have started with certain European partners, for few. They're searching for, but they cannot finish this partnership. Like they found a company, even the startups and production, for example, they're trying to agree on something. And here, at this point, we have a problem where we hope that thanks to our Barcelona ideas, we would learn how to bring this partnership to logical conclusion. So we're suggesting to create common grounds for discussion, like this breakfast, that would help us to discuss sharp questions. Next thing, this is integration of supply chains, where we're helping. I'm so thankful to our Polish partners who have already published our source of information and products. We can communicate to our partners, so where they can find one or another partner for themselves, so they can just knock the doors. And I hope that contract manufacturing would be developed to cover the gaps where we lost, for example, parts of the production that would be able to cover with a European part. Next slide, please. So here I only took prosthesis. This is something that is the most painful topic. But next topic would be the science. Here we're talking about biomaterials for prosthesis. But in the science as well, we have lots of focuses. Our cluster has an Ukraine, and the Kyiv Small Academy of Sciences as well, where we're cooperating, or we're keeping track of what youth is developing. Sometimes it might be just ideas, but sometimes ideas were tested already, certain period of time has passed, and they're ready to be shown to business for the further development of those products. Today, I have this is the poster that I have published on the slide, where our participants, this is something that our participants took to the US to present it. We have many already products with patents, and we can choose one or another every year to give them to businesses, so the innovations would have life. Next, about science. We have new types of biocompatible materials for implants. Two startups were getting ready to Barcelona. Next one, the research in sensor system and motor functionality of prosthesis. Prototypes of rehab devices for post-amputation and trauma recovery. These developments usually are stopped at the level of lab sample, because we're lacking the mechanisms for commercialization. Scientists do not have skills to do it, and there are no structural units in the institutions that would help scientists to commercialize those developed products. Absence of international transfer technology practices. You were asking what it is. So my answer is the following. We mean that we have certain technologies, and we would like to understand how exactly we could
показувати
it
або
or
передавати,
transfer it, give it,
створювати
and
партнерські
create
відносини
partner
саме
relations
з нашими
with
технологіями
using
для
our
роботи
technologies
європейським компаніям. Я
and
дивилася
cooperate
на
with
ОСО на
European
платформі
companies.
проєкти,
I'm
і я
looking at
думаю,
the
ми
project
зможемо
at the
поговорити тоді,
platform.
Казимір
For
або
example,
Джоанна,
you,
про
Casimir
те,
or
що
Jana,
от
could
такі
we
проекти, які вже є і
discuss the
працюють, і
projects
цікаво
that are already
показати,
working, and we would
можна
like to
буде
give
там
them
їх
an
теж розмістити
example and
як проекти, бо
show
там
it
є
over
група
there in the list,
проєктів,
because there is
це
a
було
group of projects. I think it would be
теж
interesting
дуже круто.
as an example to publish it over there.
Ну і дійсно там навіть працювати в якихось таких проєктах,
And working in
консорціумі
consortiums
Горизонт
like
або
Horizon.
інших, у нас досвіду взагалі
We
немає.
don't have experience
Ми
at all.
навчаємося,
We're
тут ми
learning.
Natalia, sorry, I have to interrupt you. I have to kind of ask you to come to the end of your presentation, because still we have yet another presentation and we want to have some discussion.
Так.
Cool.
Так.
These are the rules of the breakfast.
Давайте наступний
Next
слайд.
slide, please.
Дуже швидко про
About now
психологічну підтримку.
psychological
У
support.
нас саме це потребує зараз понад, більше ніж,
More than
мабуть, 2 мільйонів
2
осіб,
million
які
people
потребують
need
такої
it.
підтримки. На сьогодні у нас 1 мільйон 300 тисяч ветеранів, які
1,300,000
повернулися.
veterans that are back.
Це люди, яким потрібна спеціалізована
These are the people who require specialized rehab and integration.
Психіатрія
Psychiatric
має вирішальний такий вплив на те,
help
що вони
is
можуть
so important
зараз ділитися інформацією
so that
і
they're able to share
тим, що
information,
інноваціями в лікуванні або в підтримки наших ветеранів якраз.
and we can share this experience about the support of veterans.
Мощні технології,
These technologies are very powerful,
для ширшого
and we
вживу.
would like to share
Можна
them
наступний?
broadly. Next slide, please.
Про ветеранів, реабілітація
Veteran
ветеранів.
rehab.
Тут я хочу приділити
Here I
увагу
would
тому,
like
що наші ветерани
To focus on the following.
на
Our veterans
війні
at
мали
the war, they
професії,
had
які долучені
professions
до діджитал
that
технологій,
are
і коли вони
engaged to digital
повернулися, це
technologies and
інженери, це
like
3D-моделювання,
drone
коли вони
operations, 3D
повернулися,
modeling, and
вони
when they're
з цими
back with these
професіями
professions,
шукають собі
they're
робочі
searching
місця.
for
І
jobs,
більшість з них
and
націлені
majority of
на
them
те, щоб
are
допомогти
directed
своїм
to
колегам, це
want to
протезування.
help their
І вони
colleagues.
створюють
They
навіть
want,
маленькі підприємства,
they're
вони
even
шукають
creating
партнерів,
small
вони шукають
enterprise
не тільки в
companies
Європі.
to
Я вже
create
зверталася
prostheses,
до,
and they're looking for
наприклад,
partnership.
хлопців, які зараз тут зі мною сидять, і говорила їм про те, що можна це зробити з нами в кластері.
I was
Вони
suggesting them to
кажуть,
do
що
with us in the
вже вони
cluster.
почали працювати
The guys
з
say that they
американськими
started
партнерами
working
або
with the
стукаються до
American
американських
partners, are
партнерів. Але я
trying to
думаю, що
reach them out.
все ж
But I
таки
also
той
still
ринок
think that
ветеранів,
the
який
market of
займається
veterans
3D-моделюванням і
dealing with 3D
протезуванням, ми
model and
зможемо
prosthesis,
теж
we
підняти і
could
показати, чому ми
also
гідні. Отут
engage it and
два
show
окремих
how useful we might be.
і
This is like a separate
наступний
topic.
слайд, я не
Next
буду
slide,
багато
please.
говорити. Теж хочу завершити
I would like to
про те, що, будь ласка, звертайтесь.
say that please
Якщо ви бачите, що у
get
вас
in
є якісь
touch with
питання,
me.
можна
If
написати на
you think
Clusters4health,
you have
можна
any
просто
question,
нажати
please
кнопку і написати до нас.
write
Ми
us
передзвонимо
Cluster4health. We will write you
напишемо
back or
вам,
we will call you
зустрінемося
back.
і
We will have a
розкажемо все, що в
meeting.
нас є,
We
допоможемо
will
і
share
конектимо. І,
all
в принципі, ми
information,
є
make you in
тими,
touch with
хто
whomever you need.
метчить якраз
We are
з
the
нашими
ones
європейськими
who are
партнерами.
matching you with
Якщо
our
є
European
питання,
partners. If you have
будь
any
ласка,
question, please let me know.
чекаю
Looking forward to
питання
that
і до мене і готова обговорювати
and ready to discuss
все, що у нас сьогодні тут буде. У вас в питаннях.
all
thank you.
the breakfast topics. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. I believe we still have one presentation, at least one presentation. from Alina. Yeah, Alina, do you confirm that you want to have some to show us something?
My presentation is more, hi Kazimierz. It's more like an opening slide for the dialogue, so it's not big.
Okay, great.
Much. So it's just, there are some slides to facilitate the dialogue and to open the discussion and to create real and concrete opportunities to collaborate.
I just wanted to add it to kind of summarize the presentation of these last two presentations. That one of the elements of our plan is that those companies, those organizations from Ukraine will be, some of them are already, but not yet perfectly present on the platform LifeScience Open Space. In this way, everybody will have direct contact with them. So it is there are two ways to get in contact, either through contacting with the cluster managers like Natalia, or either contacting those companies directly, providing they will taken off their profiles and they will be active on the LifeScience Open Space platform. So please remember that, and this is a kind of invitation or suggestion to Ukrainian partners. Please take over your accounts and be active over there. Place your offers, your inquiries, your needs, or your proposals over there, and expect that people will reach you and in any time, and then you can be directly involved in this type of dialogue directly with those who are practically interested. Yeah, please, Alina.
Thank you so much, Kazimierz. Indeed, it's quite important for Ukrainian stakeholders to create, update, and use the LifeScience Open Space profile in order to network and develop cooperation opportunities. I would like to start by mentioning that I am Alina Capitano, Vice President of Magomor Cluster. Magomor Cluster is the coordinator of Clusters4health Consortium, and quite delighted to have opportunity to support the Ukrainian clusters in their process to healthcare resilience in Ukraine due to the geopolitical situation. And the objective of this session is to create an open interactive space for dialogue in order to support this concrete collaboration between European and Ukrainian clusters. And I would like to open the floor in order to identify shared priorities and needs that can be transformed into projects and to concrete collaboration and cooperation agreements. The needs were, of course, very well described by Daniel Koșniță, president of Romanian Cluster Organization from Romania, so it's Clustero. And we are two partners from Romania in this project, and Daniel is supporting us with the mapping exercise, and the needs that he presented can be further on discussed in this dialogue in order to create real opportunities for collaboration and to strengthen the bridge between our ecosystems. And within the next slide, I will present you shortly some questions, and I really hope that we can start to discuss. And to give a floor to you, to please raise your hand in order to mention which are the shared priorities that you identify between Ukraine and EU clusters right now. Of course, many of them have been presented by Natalia and by Tetiana in their presentation. But the idea is to have your direct input in this today breakfast. This is a concept that Kazimierz and his team have developed in order to share the knowledge, to create opportunities to identify technology transfer opportunities and to transform them into real projects. So please raise your hand and mention which are your priorities that you think we could further and commonly develop. That could be, for instance, from digital health. There were plenty of examples in Natalia's presentation and Tetiana's clinical trials, medtech scale-up, workforce. But it would be great if you could raise your hand and take the floor to have some concrete examples and to facilitate one-to-one collaboration via breakfast. Or this, if this are too strategic question, maybe you could go into depth and to please mention, for instance, which are the type of partners that you are looking for, which collaborators are you looking for? If you have a project or a product, for instance, do you want to identify a company, a hospital, an investor from our clusters that we are representing here? Could be is one of the questions that you would like to step in and.
I think one of the most important questions at this moment, I mean at this time, is how do you think in which way we should organize following meetings with Ukrainian clusters to focus on some specific subject or to have yet another focus? But what do you think? That's one question very important for us. The next meeting with planned meeting with in this form will be the September 3rd. And we have to decide in which way we will be proceeding in the next discussion. We really wanted to have this discussion. So I understand that today's meeting is a kind of first introductory, and it's very, very difficult to engage deeply into the details of those proposals. But the next meeting should be more focused on some kind of practical exchange of ideas, practical discussions. So how do you think we will pick up actually those who first come, first go, first serve, who will point to us which subject is interesting for you to explore in terms of collaboration with Ukrainian partners. But of course, so we welcome also questions from your side.
Indeed, it's very important to design our next breakfast meetings. I think Vyacheslav raised a hand first, and afterward, Monty, please.
I think, yeah, Vyacheslav was first. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, Vyacheslav.
Hello, welcome everybody at the practice. My name is Vyacheslav, Cluster from Dvir. We are dealing with production, management, digitalization. I would like to reply to Daniel because when he was reading his presentation, he was focusing two things: transfer of technologies and hospital management. With regards to this question, I would like to answer the following. We do realize how much we need digital technologies in the medicine, in the healthcare, and we're doing our best to implement them. In the contemporary environment, these digital technologies are the key component for transferring our medical healthcare system and providing better level of the service, as well as orientation for the personalized medicine. Digital technologies, this is not just a tool for modernization, it's also a very important condition for survival of our healthcare. With regards to economy for hospital management, this is availability and financial possibilities. This is the key point for rational usage of finances, decreasing the service fee. These two topics are very connected. Transfer technologies is helping better management of the hospitals, and economy-based management of the hospitals requires transfer technologies because they cannot be without it. What we're doing with this regard, we're signing contracts with the technology producers. We're positioning them and implementing them in Ukraine, and we're having planned opening of a school digital technology. Main thing that I like the most is that during such meetings, we're having a powerful experience sharing, and there are many new ideas being presented. And if we would be able to deep dive into details, then we would have really strong effect. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Vyacheslav. Very interesting points related to the importance of digital technology transfer and management of hospitals. Monse, please.
Yes. Hi, hello, and thank you for this. I think very insightful meeting between all the parts that are involved in this collaboration. And thank you, Alina, for leading this, and Kazimierz and Jana for facilitating this meeting. I just want to add that my colleague Clara Medina and myself are here today also because, as Kazimierz mentioned, the next meeting would be early in September, but also early in September, there will be the first event diving a little bit deeper in the ecosystems that will be ready for this collaboration. So everything that is being said today is very insightful for us to prepare the connections with the hospitals and the companies and investors in our meeting in Barcelona. So we are taking good note of everything. That for us is very important because we are preparing an agenda that needs to be to make sense to all you, both those on site and those that are going to be connected online. So please help us fine tune everything that you need from our side. I am just saying that, of course, to Alina and to all the colleagues in Clusters4health, but also the people that are going to travel here in Barcelona or the people that are going to be connected, because we are preparing this kind of approaches with these partners for, rehabilitation or emergencies and digital and hospitals. So probably everything that you want to add through Alina, through Kazimierz, or sending an email to ourselves, that would be really useful. And I say hi to our colleagues, the ones that we meet more, Tatiana and Natalia, but everybody will be welcome to Barcelona to continue with these collaborations. So I have to leave for another meeting, but I just didn't want to miss the opportunity to welcome you all online or on site early September here, and see if we can do as much as we can. We already posted something about today. We hope that we want to disseminate that as much as possible and have the companies here ready to meet with you. And Natalia, it's very great listening to you as well. So bye-bye.
Thank you, Monse. It's worth to mention this. It hasn't been said before that in the scope of the project we have those so-called deep dive meetings. One will be in Barcelona, one will be in Kraków, one will be in Oslo. Also, and where we will bring also the partners from Ukraine will come, meet directly, and learn, engage in discussion, and of course learn in which way we are doing things. I would say we are clustering, if I can say so. But this will be an opportunity to deep dive into direct collaboration with those partners, and also we'll be inviting partners from LifeScience Open Space even in November, where exactly there will be opportunity to establish direct connections regarding or in the scope of the proposal of project collaborations, project product services collaboration. So please read our websites, of course, information in all clusters internationally to find out in which way you can be engaged in those activities.
And thank you, Kazimierz, for mentioning that a little bit more in depth, because in this project, which I think it's amazing, and Alina, again, thank you for leading the path there. Everything is connected, so the outcomes have to be, bringing next level. So everything is very well connected. So yes, we are doing this today, but let's open up the doors in Barcelona, Krakow, and Oslo for this on-site continuation. So I leave it to the next one. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Monse. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you for input. Evan, I don't know if I'm pronouncing well your name, but you have raised your hand, Evan.
Так, доброго дня, мене звати Євген.
Yes,
Я
hello, my
представник
name is Yevhen.
українського стартапу.
I'm a
Фактично, ми вже
representative of
компанія,
Ukrainian
не стартап.
startup.
Наша назва Шлях.
Already a
Ми
company. Our name is
виробники
Шлях or
вузлового
Way.
турнікету та тазової шини
We're
українського виробництва. Самі
producers of certain medical equipment that we have developed from zero. This is new technologies, and we're very competitive with international producers like Sam Medical. We're more technological than them, and we're cheaper as well. So all together, this is we're integrated into many units at the battlefield. Almost all Ukrainian training centers are working with us with our products. We're dealing with production. We're producing our products in Ukraine, and we're very successful in that. I would love to give a certain thesis, because you asked what exactly you can ask Ukrainian startup or producer, and for the future that we would put it into the agenda for the future meetings. So we, as Ukrainian producer, we need to develop, to scale up for European market, and it's complicated for us, I must say, because we don't know the specificity for certification, and it's so hard for us to find the help and institutions or understand all the procedures. Thus, if we could emphasize such startups as ours who are producing medical devices, because there are so many products being developed in the war. We're having the direct feedback from the battlefield. Our development is so fast. We're having the feedback so fast. Upgrades are very fast, and we're already efficient to come to European market, but we need this roadmap and support on this way. Thus, we would like to help for your help and to discuss this direction as well, and probably engage for the future certain distributors who would be able to help us in creating contact networks, so that we will be able to find partners for the future to make sure that our products would enter European market. Thank you so much for attention.
Thank you for this voice. This is very important. Can you understand English?
Так. Yes. Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Also Polish?
No, Polish. I don't understand Polish, but English is okay.
Okay, this is very important that we have the voice from startups, because I think a lot of people doesn't believe that this type of collaboration is actually possible. And we have to showcase this actually in which way this collaboration can be profitable for all involved, because by the end of the day, we are not here to discuss opportunities. We are here to explore those opportunities, and I think we all understand even better now that there is a lot of this type of opportunities being connected with your situation and your needs at this moment. So thank you for that. I welcome you to the other partners, to members of this meeting to join the conversation. I have to leave. I'm sorry, I have to leave. But for the sake of the good conversation, I think we shouldn't stop the discussion at this moment. At this moment, even the time passed beyond the 10. So Alina, if you can still provide the lead conversation, that would be very, very useful, very practical.
Great, I will moderate the final of the meeting.
So thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you for your overall coordination of a breakfast. It's very important, first breakfast. I think it's a successful one. We have a lot of participants. And I would like to
one more thing. I just noticed that the next meeting will be it's planned for this type of meeting. It's planned for September 3rd, and this will be out of the scope of our breakfasts, because it's so important. So we will have kind of regular meetings every 2 months on Wednesdays, starting September 3rd. So then breakfast will be on Thursdays as usual. So everybody who wants to join our breakfast is okay, but the meetings with Ukrainian partners will be kind of separate series of meetings organized in the scope of our project.
For sure. Thank you for your support. And I'd like to add to the startups that Clusters4health is designing an accelerator program, and I would like to invite them to join this accelerator program in order to be supported by our consortium. And also during the deep dives, we are also envisaging to have some pitching events. So the startups like yours could showcase their products to the local market. For instance, in Barcelona, organize a deep dive that Montse mentioned, and also there will be an online pitching session, and you could join and present your product for the Catalan ecosystem. When it will be in Oslo, also it will be an opportunity to present your product within the Norway market. So our project has various types of support for startups, and it will be great to join the accelerator program of future pitching events that will be organized within the area. Of course, besides the pitching, the deep dives, the pitching events in Barcelona, Oslo, and Kraków, there will be also one in Bologna. Cluster Romania will organize one next year, not this year, but next year will be organized one in Bologna, and also Cluster Imagomol will organize one in Iași also by the end of next year. Tetiana, please, you want to raise an issue?
Yes, thank you, Alina. I would like to support things that were said by the Schlag company. These products were tested, and we need them both for Ukraine and for abroad as well. This is a great opportunity for the startup or the small enterprises or trying to large scale, that they would believe in themselves, that clusters was able to help them come to European market. Because there is a disbelief maybe exists that we are not able to do it, but we should show them differently that our productions, our startups must receive the information about their certification, about the roadmap as well, how to come to the European market. That is why I would like to call for all the startups, please fill in the questionnaire. We will get in touch with you and engage to our Cluster4health. I would like to thank all the partners, and I invite you to participate of our all future meetings. The Ukrainian participants, please, if you cannot provide information about what might be interesting for you, what you might to develop, you can do it later. Address to us, and we will write your questions, and we will help improve integration of Ukraine into European Union. Thank you for attention.
Вікторія, є слово.
Thank you, Tetiana.
Добрий день.
My name is Victoria. I'm from Vinnytsia city. Thank you so much for this meeting and project. Our organization was very much interested in examples of activities, European clusters, mainly in cooperation of business and science, because it's very hard with our little voice to show how it might be. And if we could show it with example of a European project based on the activities of European clusters, that would really help us to develop our clusters and products as well. I also think that we might have common clinical researches together with European colleagues in the direction of rehab and innovation. These topics would be very interesting for us. Thank you for organization of this meeting.
Thank you very much, Victoria, for your excellent feedback, and for sure maybe we could organize some in-depth interviews, no, Natalia or Tetiana, with Victoria, with Evan or our stakeholders that took part of this meeting, and we could further identify a specific need for cooperation and to further develop a cooperation agreement or a project, or to support the scale up of startup products, for instance. Natalia?
Я теж
I
хочу
would also like
подякувати
to thank
колегам і
Well,
Казіміру, і
especially
Джоанні за
Joanna
організацію,
and
Аліні,
Daniel
Деніелу,
for organization.
колегам, які
Thank you, dear.
Тяна і Вікторія. Я сподіваюся, що
Also, Tatiana and Victoria. I hope Victoria Kolesnik, who heard us today,
це зможе їй допомогти
it
швидше
will
все ж
help
таки
her
прийняти
to
рішення і рухатись
take
далі
make faster
з
decision
організацією свого
so
класу.
that she would be able to organize her cluster faster.
Питання, ще хочу додати, що є питання, які
I would like also to add there
не
are certain questions that
задавали,
were
тому що ми
not
там десь з
asked
Тетяною
because some were
озвучили,
announced with Tatiana.
проаналізувавши, ми вчора довго
We were
обговорювали,
discussing quite a long time
що
yesterday
ми
what
назбирали
we have accumulated
по співбесідам
after the
з організаціями.
interviews with
Ми
organizations.
розподілили запити до наших європейських колег. Але я
So I
сподіваюся, що
hope
всі,
that
хто бачить
everybody
себе
who
стартапом,
see
да, і теж
themselves in
бачить, що їм треба
startups and you
розвиватися
understand
далі,
why they
долучайтесь
have
до
to
стартапів.
develop
Пишіть
further,
нам, ми вас
please get
підключимо,
connected to
проведемо
startups.
зустрічі.
We
Я
will
бачила тут
get you
є
connected. We will
колеги
have meetings. I
науковці,
saw my
які
scientists,
з
colleagues,
запитом до нас навіть Сікорський
even
челендж,
Sikorsky
готові з
challenge.
вами
We're ready to
працювати
work with
і
you.
обговорювали,
And we were
досліджували це питання.
discussing
Я
it.
думаю, моїм колегам-європейцям Сікорський челендж
Sikorsky
нашим
challenge, I
партнерам
think
дуже цікавий.
my European colleagues would be very much
медичних
interested, especially the medical
Тому
questions.
дуже дякую
Thank you so
колегам
much, dear colleagues,
за всю
for all the
організацію
organization.
і всім
And
присутнім.
to all
Тому
the
пишіть,
participants,
задавайте
please
питання,
get in
і ми
touch,
одразу
ask your
будемо
questions,
напряму вам
and
показувати,
we
як
will
можна
show you
спроектувати
how you can
з
be
європейським
connected
нашим
one or another way with your partner from another country.
Дякую.
Thank you.
Хто там чекає навіть те все, що буде у нас на діпдеях в Барселоні і в Осло.
This meeting's in Barcelona, also in Kraków.
Ми розкажемо
We're
все,
going to
що мені
share
відкриває
everything.
особливо
Everybody is asking,
стартапи
especially the
про
startups, about
Барселону.
Barcelona.
Я сподіваюся, що
And I hope
після завтрашньої
that after
зустрічі ми зможемо
tomorrow's
завтра
meeting,
надіслати
we will be
все, що
able
нам
to
там
send
будемо.
all we are going to discuss there. So don't worry.
Дякую.
For Joanna or Alina.
Thank you. And I would like also to thank you, Natalia, for your feedback and for the invitation for further collaboration and get in contact with you and with Tatiana. And also I'd like to thank Alex Jurczek, president of Ukrainian Cluster Association, for his feedback on the chat. Well noted, and we are taking your feedback into consideration. Also, we are designing a joint European-Ukraine roadmap, and all your feedback will be taken into consideration, designing our priorities for this collaboration roadmap that we will start working on. And as Kazimir said, this is one of the first one from the 10 cluster breakfast meetings, and we have time to discuss in depth the other questions that we have prepared. And I think we have to resume this meeting because we have somehow reached the end. And it's very important to have this opportunity to have an open dialogue, and the breakfast organized by Kazimierz and me with the support of Ioana are very very important for us in order to implement Clusters4health project and to create concrete collaboration between Ukrainian and European partners. And your insights are very important for us in order to have inputs related to the needs for cooperation and to go forward with in-depth interviews and to design the roadmap and to create concrete projects and concrete collaboration opportunities and agreements. Maybe, Ioana, you want to resume the next steps and the reflection? The next meeting will be 3rd of September, like Kazimierz mentioned. I don't know if you want to Say
Yes,
more.
and there is one more information, information that all participants who registered for this first breakfast we have automatically added to the participant list for the entire series. So you don't need to register again, and you will receive all information about all series via email. Also important thing, this meeting was recorded, so the recording will be available on YouTube. We will share with you all the link, so the persons who will join us next time, new person, will be possible to watch our meeting and will be on the same page.
Great. Thank you all for joining. Do not forget to make a profile on Life Science Open Space and get advantage of matchmaking and networking opportunities through Life Science Open Space, of course. And looking forward for the next cluster breakfast meeting, but I hope will be very dynamic, very vivid. And we'll have more discussion and more concrete ideas of collaboration between European and Ukrainian stakeholders and clusters. And for the startups, do not forget to get in touch with Natalia and Tatiana to join the Ukrainian Startup Accelerator to realize a profile of the startups and to be able, like this, to join our training session and to join the pitching events online organized during the deep dives. Thank you very much for your participation. It was a great start for Clusters Breakfast, and looking forward for next one. Meanwhile, wishing you a great summer and hopefully a peaceful one soon.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Дякую, до побачення.